stay this time ahead, trying to see what this game will throw at me once it's rescaled to my level, and see if it'll actually find a way to. I've heard thrown at this game from other people I know who played it, is you very quickly become too powerful for the game to handle, in which case you can throw it on hard or nightmare mode, but then it just becomes impossible on nightmare mode apparently, like there's no in between, so I guess I'm going to find out. I just died whenever I started up the stream, but that's because I started up the stream in the middle of a building I thought I had cleared, but I did not wait for my character to say it was all clear, so I had not. Ah, fantastic. There we go. Alright, stream's having a heart attack. I pray the stream holds, and if not, we'll see. But, okay. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Also, some of my equipment is very low level. I got it, and I'm only using it because I love the style of the equipment. And what its abilities do. Oh, wow. You hit me. Oh, no. You do nothing. Okay. So, I'm starting to see what they mean. Because for those of you who haven't played this, I'm currently wearing Radiant armor, which is heavy. And heavy does boast incredible defense, as you know the name would imply. It's not light armor, you're a fucking meat tank. And this isn't even the strongest heavy armor in the game. I have another set, I don't know if it's the strongest, but it's easily almost twice as strong as this. But, you know, this looks really cool. And whenever I played Dark Souls, I didn't play Dark Souls, I played Fashion Souls. It doesn't matter how good the equipment is, as long as you look cool as hell. It doesn't matter how many times you die, as long as you look sick-ass awesome while dying. Which is kind of what I'm going through with this, because the sword isn't the best melee I have, but fucking flaming sword. Armor, not nearly the best I have, but holy shit, look at this. I mean, hold on 1 second. I'll give a better view of it. Actually, they can't even hurt me. This armor looks sick as fuck to me. Hi. I am actually semi-disappointed. Also, I'd like to point out that because of an item I found, I shouldn't be able to do proper, one moment, be able to perform a proper roll. One moment, I got distracted. I'm trying to figure out whether or not the stream is actually working properly. So because of this amulet, if I take it off, because I'm wearing heavy armor, I do what is known as a fat roll. You get a much longer animation with a lot less iframes. So you still get just as many iframes in this, which for those of you who don't know, is a term for invincibility frames. The points of the animation for rolling when you can't take damage. So like when my feet are off the ground, I'm not going to be able to be hit. So in that heavy roll, it basically has the exact same amount of iframes, but takes twice as long to complete. So it's much more difficult to properly dodge and everything, and it's a pain in the ass to deal with. But thankfully, thanks to that amulet, God, I can't talk today, I am able to fast roll in heavy armor. And let me tell you, it was a pain in the ass to find that amulet, because no matter how many times I rerolled in Adventure World, I could never get the special room that you get it. But when I finally got it, oh my god, it was so worth it. This is, by the way, I know that there's an adventure mode now, which, for those of you who don't know, you can re-roll the campaign in this game, which basically resets it, like Dark Souls with the New Game Plus, but it only scales to you, and you don't lose any real progress other than story. So you can just re-roll a game as many times as you want, with basically no consequences, other than, you know, it'll be as difficult as you are, so you can never re-roll if you're stuck on a boss. It'll be just as hard when you get to it next time with your new equipment. But they added adventure mode, which is basically you can choose which zone to start out in. You don't have to go through the story, and the maps are much, much smaller. Like, they've scaled them down quite a bit to make it easier to get to the different areas. Excuse me, rude. But basically, they've made it a lot easier and a lot faster to hunt down specific items, because each world is randomly generated. And that doesn't mean things will be in different locations. Some things won't even be in your world. Like, there's a merchant that would sell this armor, and she wasn't in my first game. I had to start up an adventure world to find her. Okay, so this... I mean, it is the first area. It's not supposed to be difficult, per se. Asshole. So I'm not too sure. That, and I don't know in the grand scheme of things how good the crossbow is that I'm using. Wow, asshole. Because I know there are countless other weapons in this game. The whole reason I restarted my game was to get a special one that gives you a trait, which is basically this game's version of special abilities. And the traits, your abilities, are all attached to the armor and weapons you have. There's a weapon you can get from one of the bosses that it basically gives you a free revive. If you go down while the weapon mod is charged, it immediately resurrects you. And it is amazing. The weapon doesn't seem to be great as a weapon itself, but I would kill to be able to just get a free revive, and it looks cool as hell. And you get a little floating symbol above your forehead, like a floating glyph. So I like that, and I want it because it looks cool. And Adventure Mode currently does not have access to the full game. It doesn't have all the maps, even though there are only 4. One of them, an optional zone that is a swamp, you do not actually have access to. And the weapon I'm wanting comes from a boss in the story that I don't know if I'll be able to fight him in Adventure Mode. Because Adventure Mode, basically, what it is the maps are scaled down, as I said. Everything is much closer to each other. You can still find all the random merchants and events you would find in normal mode, except for, the zones that aren't in the game, obviously. And it ends once you complete that zone. You don't go through the whole game. That zone is your campaign. Once you complete it, that adventure mode is over. By the way, you can restart an adventure mode in any... You can basically just get from it. It doesn't matter if you restart it. But you can... It ends once you complete that zone. And the creature, whatever the hell he is, I'm needing to kill, was part of a story that actually leads you into that swamp zone. And I'm not sure if I'll be able to, be able to actually, get to him and kill him. And I'm not willing to go through the whole desert zone and find out. So I decided, hell, why not? I'll just reroll my campaign and make it there the good old-fashioned way. It'll give me a good excuse to farm up some experience, which you can put into your trait points and all this. I assume, if anybody is watching this, that you already know the basics of the game. And if not, I can explain in greater detail if somebody asks. But right now, I am currently trying to make myself the most tanky being in all of existence. And it's going quite well. I could be doing a lot better if I wore the other armor set, but I much prefer the way this looks and will totally sacrifice all of the benefits of the other armor literally just to look good. I currently don't really have any other objective other than murdering the hell out of this guy and getting his gun because it looks cool and I like what it does. There are a lot of weapon and armor sets that I still don't know where you get them. Come the 19th, they're bringing out an update that adds a whole new armor set that is classified. So in this game, there are different classifications of armor. There's light. I'm not sure if there's a medium, but I know there's light and heavy. And this update is adding Vito's armor, which is an ultra heavy set. So instead of fat rolling without the amulet, you don't get to roll. Your character just sails through the air in a majestic belly flop and face plants into the dirt. It is absolutely horrible, and yes, you are invincible while you're doing a belly flop, but you're as good as dead, and you might as well just not use it at all, unless you have the amulet. Because fat rolling isn't that bad once you get used to it, and currently, the armor that's coming out is going to have a bonus that isn't great. It is 5% reflect damage, which I believe means if you get hit, a little bit goes back to the attacker, which it doesn't seem to have anything special about it, except for the fact that we don't know how much raw defense it's going to give. And already, the heavy armor of this game brings in just a whole new level of being an untouchable badass that you just can't get hurt, save for bosses. And even then, But with this armor, I can't begin to imagine how powerful and how much damage you'll be able to take when it's maxed out. Like, it might be the most amazing thing. All I've heard is people bad-mouthing it for not having good traits. When, in all honesty, this armor isn't even very good trait-wise, but I can take twice as much damage as I ever could. Like, if I had been recording a minute ago, I was in the game with a person and we were fighting a boss, which I feel bad for leaving, but we were getting nowhere. Something that would normally two-shot them from the boss took like 7 hits to me. I could just sit there taking hit after hit after hit and just not worry about healing because I wasn't dying. Until it got into the final stages and it kept... there's a boss in this game that's basically a butterfly with hentai tentacles for feet. And it's a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. And every time we'd get it down to its final stage, they'd die, and then I'd get bombarded to death. And by that time, I would have used all of my healing items. And I, being the genius that I am, just now realized I did the same fucking thing and didn't buy any consumables. So in this, there are your Dragon Hearts, which are basically your Estus from Dark Souls. You can use them to get back a bunch of health, and they refill whenever you hit a checkpoint. There are also consumables that are one-time use. There's a dude named Renji who sells them to you. He's a cool dude. And there's ones, health regeneration, there's one that makes you reload faster, one that makes you move faster, all kinds of beautiful stuff. And I, being the genius that I am, didn't have any, save for a bunch of adrenaline, which makes me move fast, and some ammo boxes, which give me back ammo, and that is it. So, as you can imagine, I wasn't in the best position. Ah, poor little bastard. Hi. Whoop. Okay, now I actually have to heal. I apologize for the long pauses in talking. I am very new to this, and I kind of enjoy doing it, but, you know, if I ever want to actually get semi-decent at doing it, I've got a long way to go. I'm actually currently doing my best to save up for a gaming PC, although my job isn't the most well-paying. It's a nice, I'm okay with it. It pays the bills, and I have a little bit left over. But it doesn't leave a whole lot of spending money, and I am terrible at saving money, to say the least. Like, if you'll know, everybody has that one friend who you go to the store and they're like, alright, I need to get a loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, and some eggs, and then that'll be all. And 5 minutes later they come out with a fucking sofa, a new futon, a TV, maybe a new phone case, they're going to adopt a dog, maybe bought some goldfish. They've cleaned out half the goddamn store, and now no longer have any of the money that they were quote-unquote saving for a rainy day. That is me. And while it sucks, and I have to basically bar myself from going into any of the stores that I'm trying to buy from, I have to give other people the money to let them go for me. Being on PlayStation, I have access to spending my money online, so as you can probably guess, I can't hold on to it for very long. But I'm currently trying to save up to get a gaming PC, one that isn't shit. I want a decent one. I've never had one before, and there are so many things I want to do, and I just don't have access to them. But I'm trying to get that, and if I get that, I can get some genuine recording software, a microphone that isn't absolutely garbage, which I forgot to apologize for. I am using an old-ass headset that was given to me by a friend when he got a new one, that is held together with duct tape, and that duct tape has come apart, and it is kind of dangling on my head. Everybody's had that headset like that, where the poor thing's been through like years of abuse. It's fine. It's good for another few months, and you just keep adding more and more tape, until eventually it's just a series of wires held loosely together by a frame, which one of my friends used to make a makeshift splint, which was interesting to see. It worked though. Man is a fucking genius. But these headphones have seen better days, and I am perfectly willing to spend copious amounts of money on food and microtransactions, but won't buy a new headset, which is something I actually do need. So, you know, me and my dumbass brain that doesn't understand how things work, just kind of stuck with this one for now. And if we get a PC, hopefully, weird if my brain is a separate entity, fuck out. Hopefully, I'll be getting a gaming PC eventually in a few months. I don't know, depends on how well I can save. I'm gonna try and start locking away my money to where it's more difficult for me to get out, so my procrastinating ways will be like, oh man, that looks really good, but oh, it's in the savings account. I have to stand up and go to the bank. And then I just won't care, and I'll just moaning that I can't get the thing because it's too much work and just sit on my ass doing nothing. Which I do with me. I said I'll clean it Thursday, then I said Friday, then I said yesterday, and now I'm saying today, but I know I'm not. But, you know, we do what we do. And my procrastinating ass will hopefully, after having that money locked away, be able to save it a bit better. Because there's quite a lot I want to play on a gaming PC, especially StarCraft. I wanted to... So, there are a lot of genres on PC that are a lot better than on PS4. Fuck, almost everything is. Alright, when this boss fight starts, I might not be talking as much, so I apologize, but I'll try and continue the conversation. Okay, I think I'll continue the conversation after this fight. There's gonna be a lot of swearing and screeching, like a bat that's dick caught in a blender. Alright, you piece of shit! Bring it on! Babies! I'd like to point out that I hate those little screeching baby bitches. Oh. Okay, now this is bad. When he does this, it is time to run. Which I did not do in time. He's safe! Oh my fuck, I can't. Oh my god. Okay. Oh fuck, babies. I'm dead. Oh my god. Nope. Okay. Fuck's sake! Goddamn babies! I am having so much fun right now. Like, seriously, this is so much fun! Fuck! Okay. I know I haven't mentioned it, but seriously, fuck that fight. Alright? I'm not good at this game by any stretch of the imagination, but this fight, a lot of them piss me off, because I'm a very angry person. I have a lot of hate in such a tiny package. But, seriously, it's funny, tiny penis. But, this man, creature, asshole, I don't know, it might be a woman, maybe it's just your typical Russian female, I don't know. Fucking Svetlana the bodybuilder, yeah, that's who the fuck this is. Goddamn babies! So those little adorable baby things that screech and explode make my life an absolute living hell. Ah, fuck's sake. Oh my god. Uh-oh. I tried to equip the thing to help me not die and it didn't work. Ah, fuck's sake. Alright. 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 Okay. Alright. Okay. I'm going. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm fine. I am the happiest of boys, the most peaceful of childs. Alright! Alright. Let's fucking go do this shit. I know, I sound so motivated, truly. Now, I equipped something before we came here in my hop select bar, right? And it is, so earlier I was infected, which means occasionally a character will start hopping and get stuck in place, and I think you might take more damage. I don't know for sure what happens, all I know is it's bad. But, the potion I have, for, I think it's 10 minutes, it's supposed to get rid of it, which it does, and it's supposed to prevent it. But I've had it where it doesn't do that before, so I'm not going to really drink one in advance, I'm going to save it. That was... You see, with heavy armor at the very least, that didn't hurt nearly as bad as it would have. Same for that. Yep, I'm gone. Ah, son of a bitch! Your mama's a whore! God damn it! You fucking babies! Uh-oh. Problem! Fuck. Just piss off! You know? Fuck's sake. Having a good time. Son of a bitch. Ah, damn it. Goddamn cocksucking tree fag. Ah, son of a bitch. Oh shit. Ah shit. He's on me. Oh, son of a bitch. Who's he on? Can you resurrect him? I'll try and keep him away from the body. Fuck. Damn it. Oh wow, he's wailing on my corpse. Why am I fucking... Oh, okay. Thank you. I hear the baby. Fuck! Ow! Ah! Jesus fucking Christo. God damn. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. Here we go. Oh, hell. That was an absolute nightmare. Oh. Fuck's sake. This fucking move, you useless fuck. Stop fucking wheezing. Right, thank you two for the help. I have to get off. Alright, apologies for not talking that entire time. Since those other people were in the game, in this, unlike Dark Souls, as far as I know, there isn't an option that you can turn on to where you won't hear other people's microphones. Because in the Dark Souls games, like in, I don't know if it was in all of them, I know it was in 3, I remember it. There was an option in the settings that I think was automatically on to where you couldn't hear other people's microphones in-game. They had to be in a party with you. In this game, that isn't there. Or at least not that I've seen. Maybe I just missed it and I'm retarded. But at the very least, it isn't on by default. So if I were talking and rambling on, those poor people would have been subjected to my asinine just bullshit that spouted from my face. But, okay, I was talking about something before I started getting my ass kicked. I don't remember exactly what, though. Wasn't tree, motherfucker. You see, yes. I was talking about certain game types that are on PC. The only reason I'm carrying on this kind of conversation is there isn't a whole lot to say about the gameplay right now, because other than the bosses, it's not very difficult. Other than the fact that in that fight, okay, so that ball that was ricocheting back and forth across the room, that's from a special bow that I picked up. But I didn't think anything of it because I like the one I have. It does good damage. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what that mod he was using was that let him fucking fly. but I want it. You know what? Hold on. I'm Googling this now. I need this in my life. He was fucking flying and calling lightning from... I bet you I know where you get that. One moment. Well, allow me to confirm my suspicions. I hear footsteps, but I know it's not another player. I think it's that fucking child. Aha! That was it. Stormcaller. Lightning strikes the deal shot in last 12 seconds. At bottom, categorize the extra abilities to give me acceleration. In order to activate... Yes. Wait. I have the Storm Crystal. Or I had the Storm Crystal, I bet you I sold it, because I'm a fucking idiot. I not sold it, but lost it. Oh no! There it is! Hell, that's cool as shit. So I can still have a crossbow while having a cool as shit mod. Alright, we're gonna... You know what? We're gonna take this for a spin, alright? Let's trade Stormcaller. So this is supposedly the mod that lets me do the cool magical hovering lightning shit. What it does is it projects an aura around you that whenever it's active, everything within that aura starts getting fried by lightning.
What do you need?
So I'm gonna upgrade this. Apparently quite a lot. So I'm gonna use this for now.
Be safe out there.
And we are going to take this on a test run. Pardon. Yeah, let's just go back where we were and just kill some shit, fill up the gauge. We'll just go around committing casual genocide, you know, like you do. Alright. So, sorry about getting sidetracked again. I am very, very, very scatterbrained. Like, I don't know what, man. I think there was some mental condition that my friend was suggesting I had, because he has it, and I have all the same tics as he did. I don't know what it was, but it was something where it's not ADHD, but it's like, I can't focus on one thing for too long, but I try. So, I was talking about video games that are on PC. So on PC, there are a lot of things that are done way better than on console. That is not... You can't say that console is like, oh, these games are on PC. It just has the power to do more. Like, consoles, you get what you get. It's incredibly difficult to upgrade them unless you're someone who knows what you're doing. PC, any chucklefuck can Google what parts need to go where, and you just buy a good one and stick it in, right? And PCs can be made to be far better and far superior than current consoles, as they always have been. Worth it. Ah, him. Okay, I'll talk to him later. I know what he's for. But there are certain types of games like RTS, the real-time strategy games. One Grey Goo that came out a while back, and it was pretty awesome. And PS4, I've looked, and I haven't been able to find any on PS4 that were
looking good.
Good. Alright, that's the only way I can describe it. I haven't been able to find any that were good, alright? Because it's just... The console doesn't really have the means to do stuff like that, so it's just... They aren't very... The console can't do as much as PC, so they don't have a lot of the same style of games and as great a number. So like on PC, there are tons of real-time strategy games that are great. There are tons of games like Civilization, and I want to play them. And we don't really get that on console. And PC normally gets the games first. In a buggier state, yes, but they still get them first. And they get all the latest updates and the expansions, and it's like, it's infuriating to me to see all this amazing stuff coming out, and I don't have access to it because I don't have a PC. And all the console exclusive games, it just pisses me off. So I'd want a PC so I can participate in the Steam sales. I can pirate games. You didn't hear that from me. I can fucking get an emulator. I can play all the old games that have been out on PC. I can do all this shit, and I want to do that. And there are so many games on PC I've always wanted to play, and I just couldn't. But now I'll be able to. It's like, for example, a while back, DayZ came out to consoles. All right, we were all happy that Rocket finally pulled his head out of his ass. I was screech. I did the anime schoolgirl screech whenever they see the dude they're fucking macking on, and he hits on them. All right, I did that unironically. You know the screech, and I was so happy, but then I started going back and I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. And I started watching Frankie on PC. He's a YouTuber who, I'm pretty sure he's done with YouTube. It's been like a year since he uploaded. He uploads maybe once a year sometimes. I think it's actually been a couple of years now. It's been a while since I checked. But he used to play a lot of DayZ, and there's a mod for DayZ, alright, that we obviously can't get on console. We don't get mods, except for Xbox, but fucking like Skyrim Xbox, oh, we get all the PC mods. Yeah, you get them, and then the console bursts into flames because it can't handle them. You don't get mods, alright? But you can get a mod called the Overclock mod, which basically, in normal DayZ, it's like, oh, there's zombies, and it was made to be that the zombies are not a threat. The whole game this is what Rocket said. He made the game to prove a point that there should... Also, console fucked this up massively, by the way. People always, there's never enough supplies to go around, yada yada yada. On PC, the original was made, God, that's loud. The original was made to be that there are plenty of resources on the map, and the zombies are hardly at all a challenge. They are not a threat. Alright? It is meant to be made to prove that even though there are plenty of resources, and if everybody worked together, there would be no problems, there would be no shortages, and everything would be perfect. But still, there will be raiders, there will be bandits, there will be people who will be murdered just to have the most shit. He wanted to prove that humans are assholes, and even if there's plenty of resources to go around, we don't want to share. And he proved that quite well. It was a very good experiment. And then I don't know if he did it thinking it would become popular, but the game kind of exploded for a little while. And it's like... Oh, okay. And I don't entirely understand what console had done with it. Because console thought, oh, well, let's just... They basically made it to where there aren't enough for everybody. It's not like everybody can't get along. And I was not happy with it and all that. And I looked at the Overclock mod, and I was like, DayZ on PC is fine. What does it need a mod for? And this mod, basically, it altered DayZ to the point where it was like, oh, now there are hordes of like thousands of zombies and Apache attack helicopters and VTOLs. I think VTOLs might be in the regular game. VTOLs are the planes that can hover like a helicopter and fly like a normal plane. The engines can turn on their axis. It's cool as shit. But it has all those. It's got the Flying Fortress, which is a VTOL. It's so cool. And I can't get that on console. I know there are problems with PC and all, but I think I've been with this PS4, this exact PS4 that I'm looking at right now, I've had since the day the PS4 is released, right? This thing is old as shit, and I've been with it for a long time now, and I want to take the Switch to PC, finally. I'm a fucking PS fan through and through. Had PS2, PS3, I never got to play PS1, sadly, but I played the shit out of them. They were my childhood, and I want to move on to something better, alright? Also, I just realized this is ready, so let's find a group of enemies and test it out on the mod that I got, I mean. But, it's just... I'm done with all the shit on consoles, and even now, PC's having some issues like Steam and the fucking Epic Games Store trying to take over Steam, which terrifies me, because I know as soon as if the Epic game ever gets a foothold and kind of replaces Steam, they will immediately begin to ruin it with pricing and all kinds of fucking ways to try and squeeze in transactions that shouldn't be there. They will try and suck everybody dry for money, and I'm worried about that, so I want to get in the game before it gets completely ruined. But I want to join the group of people who always get to play the games that I've always wanted to, and I just never get to. There's so much I've wanted to do and never have. Also, if I could ever save up enough, I'd love to use an HTC Vive. Because I had a friend who used to use an HTC Vive, and oh my god, he let me use it for a while. And we'd play shit like Beat Saber,
and fucking Beat Saber was the main thing. I loved Beat Saber so much. I cannot explain the joy one gets from flailing around with dual lightsabers to the "We Are Number One" song. Like, it is just it's pure unadulterated joy in cocaine form, right? It is so good. I love it so much. But he let me play with his Vive, and I lived with him for a little while. I lived with him and 2 other guys. We were roommates for a while until, you know, some shit went down and they did some shit. They were assholes. And that Vive was so fun. I could spend hours and hours immersed in the worlds that I got to play in. And there's still so much I never got to do with Vive. I would kill to have my own. Like, you have no idea how much I would just love to be able to finally have one of my own. And if I get a PC, that could be a possibility. Fuck. I love how I'm playing Rise from Ashes and I'm not talking about the game. This is... Alright. I'll give you my quick opinions on the game. One second, let me... Still says the game is being streamed. Okay. So this game, I like it a lot, okay? I love it. The only reason I'm getting kind of bored of it is, I think I mentioned it earlier, I'm scatterbrained, and by proxy, I have a very short attention span. It's very difficult for a game to keep me engaged. A few that have managed to do it are like Monster Hunter, Skyrim, of course, just because if I ever got bored of one play style, I could make a new character and play the game a completely different way, and it kept me on my toes. But if you aren't a person who gets bored easily, this game has variety, alright? I guarantee you, if you started up 100 different playthroughs, reroll 100 different times, nothing would be the same. None of those two rerolls would be the same. So the way this game works is, there are set tile sets. So like this street is one tile set, that corner over there is another. And it basically just rolls a random number generator and fuses tile sets together. And this does not only include the way the map looks, but what dungeons are on the map, what bosses are on the map. So you could play through the game 7 times, and each time get something completely different. Like, I re-rolled my game for the 8th time, and there was a boss I'd never seen before. And apparently... Alright, this is a side note. There's a boss, alright, called the Splitter. That is so fucking rare that even on their own wiki, it's not mentioned where he spawns. My friend who's trying to hunt him is guessing entirely based off of the screenshots he's seen. So if anybody can give me an explanation as to where it is, that would be lovely. But it's insane that he's still, after having played this game quite a bit, there's still something that he's struggling to get a hold of and he's never seen before. Like, I love it when games have this much replay value. Because alright, here's the thing. This game is from beginning to end, if you just do one story, one campaign, first boss, final boss, it is short as fucking hell. I guarantee you could beat the game in a day. Not even a full day, maybe half a day, alright? The only thing that makes it take longer is the fact that it's a hard game. It is in the spirit of the Souls games. It's got a lot of the mechanics from those. The Estus, as I've mentioned, the difficulty, the dodging, the iframes, all that good stuff. The way the iframes work, the carry weight. But that sounds close. It was. But oh, I need to be down here. Fuck, I was saying something. My brain is completely blank now. This is what I mean about me being scatterbrained. The game is incredibly short, alright? Beat it in... Fuck, you can beat the game in one sitting if you're dedicated enough. But, you will... It is guaranteed that you physically cannot see everything there is to see on one playthrough. Fuck, you can't see everything there is to see on 6 playthroughs. Unless you are one of the luckiest people on the planet and somehow happen to get all new bosses each time you roll, right? So I enjoy the game quite a bit. Now, it does have its flaws, alright? That is for sure. There are a lot of things I enjoy. There are things that I don't enjoy. Yeah, and the complaints department, there's not a whole lot, in all honesty. It's not too buggy. I've never really had many glitches. I can't actually think of any come to mind. Connectivity's pretty good. I've not had a lot of connectivity issues, except for when I played with a dude from Germany yesterday. At the very least, he was speaking German. And I know that because the first thing he asked was in a broken English, "Do you speak German?" And I shook my head no. And he went, "Oh," and then just went around doing his best to explain what was going on. He's actually pretty good at it. He had to talk a bit slower, but he still had pretty good English. He's a pretty cool dude. I feel bad. I was with him and we were fighting a boss, and we were getting so close, and we were in the desert area. I don't remember the name of it. I don't have all the area names memorized yet. I'm terrible with names. But he sadly lagged out midway through when we were. I guarantee you that would have been a lucky run. And he was a really cool dude. And that was the first time I've really lagged out of a game. I've had stuttering issues before, yes. There's actually this one boss, it's a dungeon actually, in the final area of the game, where you have to destroy these little reanimation machines. And they're basically floating blue orbs that are constantly spawning enemies, and you have to break all of them. And I was playing with this girl, and every single time we'd enter the dungeon, there would be a solid 4 seconds where the game froze. Which already in video game terms, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's pretty bad in a Souls-style game. That 3 seconds is you dead. Like, and it did that like clockwork. Every single time. Okay, one moment. I'm going to try and speak to anything with mudflap or something my friend told me. I'll explain more about this guy once I've talked to him. I'll let you know what he's all about, what he's for. So I guess that means that other boss spawned here. I don't know what I get for killing him.
This is nothing personal, but I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you up because I made you. I put you in this world. I can.
Oh, lovely movie. Hi.
Come in. Oh, Matu's home is yours. Mi casa e su casa, as my ma used to say. At least I think that's what it means. So, what brings you up here? Well, sure. Just an old mudder living out the end of the world, huh? And this old heliocopter makes a mighty good sniper's nest for any dead wood that come walking by. It's a mighty lonely at times. But that makes the occasional visitor all the sweeter. Listen to me talking your ear off already. I got a million stories, but I'm sure you're here for a reason. So, what's your deal?
Fucking helicopter. Alright.
Where?
Mudtooth, huh? Oh my god. How much money do I have? I'm buying 2,000 worth of it. Bought more than I expected, but I needed that. Stamina doesn't matter, ammo boxes, I'll take a couple off you.
Watch yourself, huh? A lot of dead wood out there.
There are.
Hey,
so...
how'd you come by it?
Oh, he did? Oh, that's cool!
That's so. Why'd he do that? Brabus ain't the giving type. Really? Well, I'll be. Still some kindness in that boy after all, huh? I'm glad to hear it. Glad to have met you too, friend. I reckon you're a right mutter yourself.
Thank you.
Take care, young'un.
Well,
Don't be a stranger.
I guess since I already have the armor, I can't do that. Alright, so this man named Mudtooth has a son who's the leader of a raider gang that patrols the area. And the first time you meet Mudtooth, I didn't personally talk to him. I have a friend who did the whole conversation and got the equipment off of him. He got the watch. He gives you a pocket watch if you talk to him right. And you can meet his son, and instead of it being a boss fight, the kid will be like, hey, where the hell did you get that watch? And you can talk to him for a little while, and you can explain where you got it, and you can give it to him, And if you do, he gives you a set of armor. It's got a pretty good perk known as the Bandit Mask. I'll put it on so you can see exactly what it looks like whenever it's completely equipped. I like the way it looks. Got a Borderlands-esque style thing going on there with a little red paint on the gas mask. Wrong mask, that's something entirely different. But, where does it do again? Where did I put it? Oh, I have it equipped currently, I'm an idiot. Alright, chance to replace spent bullets on hit. On hit, increases ammo required pickups by 25%. Okay, so, even though I completely butchered that, basically, believe me, you can deal more damage on hit. I already forgot what it said, but I know the last part of that was a 25% increase in ammo pickup, which is pretty good, because you, like in boss fights, you burn through ammo pretty damn fast. It's not good. Oh, almost forgot. With everybody I've met and everybody I've seen play this game, it is tradition. If there is an unbroken window and you have an option to go through that, you go. You break all windows. You have to. That is just the law of the land. Ah! Hi, friend. Goodbye. I'm trying not to use any ammo boxes because, yes, they're cheap as hell, but, you know, I'm a stingy bastard. It's funny because I'm more frugal with my money in video games than I am in real life, which is kind of sad. Oh. Ah! Big fucker. Yeah, sorry I stopped talking whenever I get engaged in combat. I'm a bit more focused on, you know, trying not to die than anything else. Whip his ass! Alright. Ignore the hentai gun, by the way. I picked that up in the final zone of the game. It's pretty useful, actually. But, fuck, I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. Ammo being scarce and all that. There are also quite a few NPCs that are cool in this game. Like, there's a lot of... Like, there's an area in the final bit of the game. I don't know if this is really spoilers. I guess kind of minor spoilers for an NPC quest line. So, to get this armor, known as a Radiant Armor set, there is a merchant in the final area who will sometimes spawn, who sells you the chest and the leggings. And to get the helmet, there is a key in the back of her cart. And you can talk to her, she says all kinds of stuff. And each NPC has their own little series of events that can happen that can actually affect the NPC. Like you saw what I did with him. I don't know what would have happened had I killed his son, but I did the mission and I collected the suit by giving him the watch. And you saw he was happy. He might have been distraught had I killed his son. Because when you talk to his son was genuinely, you know, you tell the son, hey, you need to go visit your father. And that the dad asked him to drop by sometime, and the kid is like, alright, you need to go talk to him for me. I'm tired of sending men out to look after him. Oh my. Bounced up the ceiling and hit him in the fucking face. Oh, that's beautiful. But, oh my god, as I was saying, he asked you to go by and check on his dad. And you get that sweet little dialogue where it's like, oh yeah, my son must have some good luck in him. And the kid talks about having to send raiders to go and check on his dad, because he still worries for him, and I think that's kind of sweet. But with the goat woman, as I was talking about before I got sidetracked yet again, you can talk to her, alright, and you get this armor, you get the key, you go find the dungeon. If the dungeon spawns, also she will always spawn, and she spawns, I believe the dungeon will always be there, I believe it's vice versa. She is in the map, so is the dungeon. If you stumble across the dungeon before you find her, know she is there somewhere. And she is, I believe, in the second area you go to. In most worlds, what you do is you go to a zone, the first zone, kill a boss, progress to the next zone, and then you kill the final boss, or another boss. In the final zone, what you do is you progress through, go through your first dungeon, come back out on the other side, and she should spawn somewhere on that second map, no matter how random it is. She will always, as far as I know, I might be wrong, don't quote me on this, be on that second map, and if she's not there, you gotta reroll. But you get the key out of the back of her cart, you go do the dungeon, and you fight a boss. And this is really interesting to me. So you kill the boss, right? Well, you don't actually kill it. You come close to killing it, and it teleports away. And you pick up the helmet and a trait book. By the way, she sells a ring, alright, for 100,000. And you don't actually have to pay for it. Because in the room with the boss, there's the helmet, which you can pick up, and there's a Tome of Knowledge. If you don't pick up the Tome of Knowledge, then the boss won't spawn. So you can completely ignore it. If you pick up the Tome of Knowledge, the boss spawns, you fight him for a little bit, and the boss will run away. And when you go back to talk to the woman, she's dead. And you can pick up the ring for free. But then once you've picked up the ring, the boss now spawns next to the checkpoint. And there is just a boss fight in the world now. To me, that's cool as hell. Also, I need to actually... I'll try and find the ring that she gives to you. I'm not sure which one it was. Was it this one? It was this one, the Guardian Ring, I believe. It reduces incoming melee damage by 20%, which in my opinion is very nice. But I, more often than not, kind of prefer defense of range damage. I like this one, increases consumable speed. I'm actually going to switch to the Guardian Ring, because I don't use a lot of consumables outside of boss fights. Occasionally I'll chug one of the potion that I have equipped at the top. It's basically a healing potion. When you drink it, your health regens slowly over the period of its use. It's a good substitute if you don't want to use your Dragon Hearts or your Estus. It's a good way to heal up without having to waste any of them in case a tough fight comes along and you need to heal instantly. Like, right now, if I were low on health, I could chug one while I'm just walking down the road, you know? But, sorry, we're getting sidetracked again. But, yeah, you get that special ring from her if you do this whole questline the right way. And there's a boss called the Undying King, who technically doesn't have to be a boss. So he's one of the main characters in the game. You have to, if you go to talk to him, alright, he will ask you to go to this zone and collect the heart of this creature. If you say yes, it unlocks an optional zone that normally you don't have access to. You don't have to go there. If you say no, it turns into a boss fight. If you say yes, he opens up a portal, or you can go through this whole swamp zone, get a few bosses, and collect the heart, which you can turn into someone else who's in the swamp, who gives you a special set of armor. That what it does is it makes the first round of every magazine do insane damage, cough, cough, absolutely breaks crossbows and makes them god tier. I want it. And I think it increases reload speed. I don't want it. I want the perk, but I'm not going to use it because it's light armor. And as you've seen from the heavy, if I were to switch out of this heavy, I'd start getting my ass beat. I might do that just to prove a point that I take way more damage while, you know, in light armor. But I'll give you a quick comparison, alright? This headset, 105, my highest level. This thing has been upgraded to high hell and back. Only 83. And now that is not compared to this. Both of these are almost max level. This is still 5 points away. And it has higher defense than both of them. Heavy is beautiful. And that is in the helmets. And when you get to the chest pieces, over twice as much. Alright? This is where it really matters. I have over twice the defense I would on my chest piece. And it's beautiful. And that's not even at max. But, sorry, getting sidetracked again. If you do this whole little deal for her and you give her the heart, she's the Elf Queen, you have to stumble across her. She's right next to a checkpoint. You meet her, if you give it to her, she'll give you the armor, and you'll go back, and the Undying King will want to fight you. So you get the optional zone, and you get his weapon, which I'm currently trying to get. The whole point of this series, not series, episode, as I said at the start of it. is literally just to get his weapon, because his weapon gives you free revive whenever you go down, and I want it. But there's all kinds of different paths you can take to unlock different dialogue and different events and different ways to kill bosses. They have, like, you could in Dark Souls 1, like, if you cut off the tails of bosses, you could get special weapons from it. This does that too. To get this sword, there's a dragon, and you have to cut its tail off before you kill it. If you just kill it regularly, instead you get an SMG, which I'm going for now, that has a perk that turns it into a literal fucking flamethrower. So I really want it, because if it is one of the SMGs that replaces your sidearm, I will be fucking kitted for life. But as I was saying, there's all kinds of different paths of progression and all kinds of things you can do. I love the hell out of it. That, and it's just a rather enjoyable game overall. And it's fun to... It looks pretty too. That's true. I mean, the lighting is nice. I like the shadows. I like the rays. The little particle effects. Yeah, little dust particles occasionally filtering through the air. All that good stuff. The armor sets. This one, bar none, being my favorite. Like, hold on, I'll see if I can... Yeah, look at this. God, when it comes to video games, some people like minimalist. I like my character to make Sauron's armor look conservative. The man is basically a giant pincushion to my character, alright? I want to be big, ornate, gold, spiky, or blood red and black. I want to look like what happens whenever a trash compactor explodes and just sends shrapnel flying into somebody. And this fits most of my criteria. It doesn't look psycho, but I either want this, which has got like gems and gold and big, bulky, cool as shit looking, or an emulator. There are enemies in this game called emulators that catch fire whenever they're dealt enough damage, basically granting them a second health bar. Because you take them down to their normal health where they normally die, and then they explode into flame and get another health bar. They're much tankier than regular enemies. Oops. Sorry, getting distracted. Oh, you bitch. I have never seen one of these before. See what I mean? I can't tell you how many times I've played through now. This is the first time I've ever seen this enemy spawn, alright? No joke. Okay, where the hell is he? He's starting to piss me off. I don't know what the hell this is. I've never seen this before. Like, I've never even heard of this before. That might have been one of the random events. I don't know. So certain dungeons will have certain types of enemies spawn that'll let you know you're in the proper dungeon. Like, or certain markings on the walls. Like, for my brain's drawing a blank. For the amulet that I have, the dungeon you go into will have a special writing on the wall that'll let you know it's there. For the bandit dungeon, it'll not have regular enemies. It will only have bandits inside of it. This might be a new dungeon because that's the first time I've seen the enemies spawn. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Spread root matter. I am currently just kind of trying to figure out what really to upgrade, because that's good. But catalyst, critical hit chance bonus, good for stamina regen, weak spot damage. Yeah, with crossbows that's amazing because you really have to hit their weak spots, and it's a pain in the ass on certain enemies because they don't really have weak spots per se, or at least they're very difficult to hit. But if you can find them, you're golden, you know? Womp. Gentle boop. Flaming boop, but a gentle boop nonetheless. Ah, you bitch. A lot of enemies will actually actively dodge out of the way. Son of a bitch! Fuck off. Jesus fucking Christ, it's so loud! My god. This perk looks so cool, but I don't really know if it's useful. Ow, 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 ow. I still don't know what the hell that enemy is. I've never seen those before. Like I was saying earlier, everything's so randomly generated, there's still quite a bit I haven't experienced. That makes me feel like there's something in this dungeon I've never seen before, though, like maybe a boss or something. Because when certain enemy types will only spawn in certain dungeons, so this must be something. All I know is I really don't like him. Jesus Christ.
That was rough.
Now I'm curious as to what's down here, because I've seen a lot of the lists of bosses, but as I said before, there are certain bosses that are much rarer to spawn, like the Splitter, which I think only has like a 1 in 300 chance of spawning. I don't know. No matter how many times my friend restarts this game, he still never found it. And that means it's extreme. I know it's likely. I know there are plenty I haven't seen before. So there might be a whole new level of buttfuck awaiting for me down here because I don't know what's coming. That's what she said. And I'm going to get this absolutely face fucked. I have to switch back to my old armor set. Just, it doesn't look nearly as cool, but it's got way more defense on it. Ah, fuck's sake. Oh, come on! I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn from 5 feet away, I swear to God. For fuck's sake! Die! Thank you. Oh my god. How many fucking of there are you? You breathe like jackrabbits. Stop being alive. Please. Okay. I'm just gonna keep using this because it looks really cool. I don't care whether it's useful or not. I love how it looks. In all honesty, this build is actually pretty shit. It's really useless. Ow. Ow. Oh. I didn't even realize that I didn't properly heal. I'm a fucking idiot. Forgot to mention, enemies can damage themselves. So there have been plenty of times when an enemy has been winding up a powerful attack to hit me and just nailed his friend in the back of the head, instantly killing him. My pistol is also shit, but I really like the ability again. Oh, you summon more. That's why there's so many of you. Okay, where the hell is he? Aha. There you are, you bitch. Okay. Sorry for not talking a lot. I have difficulty speaking and not dying. God, I love this thing. I know these are only starting enemies, but it still feels really good. You just nail them in the face.
That was rough.
Yes, it was rough, me. Jesus fucking Christ. You know, I was saying something, but that went out the window as soon as I started screeching in pain and dying. I would say I know it's not important since I don't remember it, but my dumbass can barely remember my own birthday, so it probably was really important, and I'm just never going to remember what it was until like 3 days later when I wake up in a cold sweat, realizing that, oh, it was something really obvious and I shouldn't have forgotten it. I'm just fucking stupid. But fucking hell. Hello? Ah, I already have that. That makes me sad. Why the fuck is that called Mother's Ring? I don't remember what this does. I don't remember what half this shit does. I don't remember half of anything. So basically every playthrough is a new game. Oh, it's one I literally have equipped. You know? I may have less brain cells than a single cell amoeba, but at the very least, I try. That's a lie. I don't try. I really don't. I'm just shit. Oh, I forgot they did this. Get fucked. You poor bastard. I didn't even mean to kill you. That's why I love this weapon so much. I've killed more people on accident than I have intentionally aiming for one person's head. No joke. Oh, I'm sorry. Fucking hell. You know, I know they spawn on the ceiling, but I don't ever check the ceiling. You... Okay. Can you just fucking hold still for like 2... Are you gonna dodge? No, you're not. Good. Fuck you. I don't remember exactly what boss was supposed to be down here. Get fucked. Fuck's sake. Literally 5 feet away from me and I can't hit them. Hentai activate! Hentai activate faster? Hentai! Why have you betrayed me? Fuck's sake! Okay. Hentai is not as potent as I thought it was in all situations, but, you know, hentai. You can't get rid of it. You have to. Keep it, not get rid of it. God damn it. I swear English is my first language. I'm not just some fucking nut job. I mean, that's an absolute lie, but I swear, I do speak English. Sometimes. Most of the time, though, I just make sounds akin to somebody putting something alive in a blender. Maybe a goose or a squirrel. I'm thinking squirrel. A fat one, though. Gotta be a fat one. One with real meat on them. I just realized I've never eaten squirrel before. Now I have the overwhelming urge to see if any nearby restaurants serve squirrel. Because, believe it or not, I live in podunk redneck territory, so it is totally easy for me to believe that there'd be a place here that sells squirrel meat. Like, my grandmother talked about how her parents stole her and her siblings, and I quote, this is not a joke, "You know, dude, eating squirrel brains makes you smart. You just grab them, crack them up against a tree, and suck their brains out raw. Make you learn good in school, get your A's on all your tests." So they'd go out, and every time they saw a squirrel, they would Dutch-style smack the thing against a tree and suck its brains out like a Go-Gurt tube. Because they thought it would make them better at school.
It's over.
Now, I believe it's quite obvious that that was not the case. You don't just suck the squirrel's brains out raw to get smirked. But they didn't know that. Fucking... I can't... I have a hard time imagining children just slurping squirrel brains like tiny evil face huggers. And thinking, being like, "Hey, I'm gonna get an A on this fucking test next week. I don't know what 2 plus 2 means, but I bet you if they eat enough squirrels, I'll learn one day." And they never did. The end. By the way, it's okay if I make fun of my family, because they're not the redneck where it's like sweet, home southern, everybody gathers around the table, get the big old fucking supper on Thanksgiving with like turkey and potatoes. Nah. It's the kind of family who every family reunion, they start talking about how the African Americans, I'm not going to say what they say because YouTube, are ruining the country. And they're taking all our hard-earned jobs and all our money and our women. And most of the time, one moment, a lot of the family reunions just get shorter and shorter every year. They're like, "The hell I tell you, that fucking my sister. I don't want you coming around my house. No. Okay, I don't want to be around your goddamn house no more anyway, you and your little retard children. They ain't never gonna go nowhere. Last week, my little Timmy at least did something. He's gonna beat a world record at drinking lead paint. He already downed a whole gallon of it last week. He's beating his record more and more every day." Fucking... It's funny as hell, though, so it's okay. Because, to give an example, for 1 year, the 4th of July, what we did was, what do? Get a little Roman candle, little fountain, little little sparklers or something? Nah, motherfucker. We're gonna grab a half stick of dynamite and throw it into the manhole in the street and just erupt the entire street, creating a massive pothole. No joke, that actually happened. Someone went to prison. For the 4th of July, they got a hold of dynamite and stuck it in the road and literally destroyed an entire street in the neighborhood, like an entire segment of it. Now, as a little kid, it was some of the coolest shit I've ever seen. But now, as a semi-adult, I realize, wow, they could have killed somebody. I mean, like, these are the people that had so little regard for our safety. Me and my cousin for fun, also, not a joke. So, our aunt, to preface the story, has a big pasture, alright? We go over there and bale hay every year, well, we used to, until she stopped talking to us. Fucking, I don't remember what happened. I think we said we didn't like her tomatoes or something, and she got really salty about it, because she worked hard on her tomato garden. But either way, she has this big-ass pasture, so me and my cousin would take cotton balls and bow and arrow with arrows, the kind of practice arrows that have the kind of metal tip that's not really sharp. It wouldn't go through skin, it might break the surface, and it hurt like a bitch if you got hit with it, but it wouldn't kill you. And we'd take those, we'd stick the cotton ball on the top, after dipping the cotton ball in petroleum jelly, which, for those who don't know, is highly flammable, and we'd make our own flaming arrows and fire them out into the pasture filled with cut hay, which, if you don't know exactly what hay is, it's literally just dried grass. So we were firing flaming arrows into a field of dried grass. And I could say, oh, well, we got lucky and didn't start a fire, but that would be a lie. Thankfully, it had rained the previous day, and not previous day, a few days before, and everything had dried up except for the edges of the field because it held water around the edges. It was like a little bit of a hill on a raise. So there was water around the edges to stop the miniature forest fire we had created, but our aunt had gone inside to make us tea and came out to see her pasture engulfed in flame. And her only complaint was not, I told you not to shoot them arrows. It wasn't, why are you shooting flaming arrows into the hay? It was, I done told you, if you're going to shoot him into the hay, bring a bucket of water so you can put it out fast. She was mad that we weren't prepared to start a forest fire. And she thought, she knew full damn well what we were doing. She knew. And she was just mad we didn't put out the fire faster. That is the kind, my parents were not like that, right? A good Christian family who raised me to be a normal child. And then I'd go to family reunions. And that's when redneck initiation would begin. People flipping four-wheelers, shooting each other in the leg with rifles, because fun fact, if you fire a rifle at a metal siding, it tends to ricochet. So somebody shot their wife in the leg on accident. And this is the best part, they didn't leave the reunion. They waited. The woman, alright, had just had her baby, and she was still having the cravings. So she had been shot in the leg, and he's like, oh shit, Larry, we gotta get you down to the hospital. No, we ain't. What the hell? Woman, you been shot in the leg. I done made that potato salad, and I made that potato salad for today, and I want to eat it. Ain't none of these redneck pieces of shit getting my potato salad without me sharing it. So she refused to leave until the food was served, which took an hour. They bandaged up her leg, leaving the bullet in, and they waited an hour so she could have her potato salad. She got everything, ate, and then left after she finished having her supper. Also, I'm probably going to stop talking a whole lot right now and basically be making noises like a gorilla with its dick caught in a bear trap, because this is going to be hell. Oh god, I don't like the way... If you can't... Here, I'm gonna leave this roll. Look at the lip syncing right here.
We are the root.
This is... I can hear... If you don't listen to her voice, right? Like, if you mute the volume right now, and look at her mouth moving, I can just hear the dial-up modem noises
This mess.
coming from her demonic face.
Will you prepare?
I will protect. Yes, yes, yes. Alright. Bring it down! Please no. I was kidding. Go back outside. I just realized I forgot to buy any consumables for the... Asshole! For the 6th time today? Sixth... I'm trying to words and also trying not to die. Fuck. What the hell was that? It sounded like gunfire. Oh, get me fuckled. Shit. Somebody messaged me. Hold on. Okay. I'm trying to think of something to say. I just go, but I don't know what to say. I'm just trying not to die. Alright? Back off from tree, mama. Oh, I forgot you could switch shoulders. Hello! Alright, make him slip faster, old woman! We ain't got time!
The pain is unbearable.
Don't kill her, fuck! Leave Root Bitch alone! Fuck, fuck, fuck. Just stop! I'm sorry! I don't know what I did to piss you off. Please forgive me. 2, 1! Do it now! Do it now! Mamma mia. Oh my. How can I resist her?
Free.
Yes, you're free. Get off the fucking ground. Thank you.
Find the
Piss off! Oh, my phone just notified me. That man I met earlier, someone just asked me. Come on, game. Sorry, I'm trying to message somebody real quick. There we go. Okay. Fuck, I was doing something. I was doing something.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Oh, shit. Okay, so one thing I haven't talked about this entire time, actually I did earlier with the boss, but there are status effects other than the one that was there, and there are specific items for each specific status effect that you can pick up in each zone, and Bleed isn't one. Bleed is a universal one. Like, in each area, there's an enemy usually that can affect Bleed. Okay, fuck, I was doing something. God damn it. Trying to figure out whether or not to end the stream here, because I think that was this would be a pretty good point to end it. You know? You know what, I've been streaming for, I don't know, probably about an hour now. I'm gonna cut it off here for the day. Continue on from some other point tomorrow. I'll probably be farther along. I'm mostly recording this just for fun, you know? I kind of like being able to ramble. I'm basically recording this as an excuse to talk to myself and not seem like a madman. Because I can say, oh, I'm recording for YouTube. I've not lost my mind. That's weird. So, thank you for watching. And I think I'm going to end it here for the day. Have any questions, post in the comments. I don't know what you'd ask about other than my podunk redneck family, but they're actually pretty normal for where I live. But, you know, have a good day, one and all.